Good morning. Today we are going to discuss about drug evaluation. So what do you mean by drug evaluation? Drug evaluation is determined as the determination of identity, purity and quality of the drug. So there are different methods of evaluation, mainly biological evaluation, physical evaluation, chemical evaluation and microscopic evaluation. So today we are going to discuss about microscopic evaluation. So here mainly we are evaluating the histological characters. Mainly it includes stomatal index, stomatal number, trichomes and starch grains, calcium oxalate crystals, etc. And here this method is mainly used for organized crude drugs either in entire form or its powdered form. Mainly this evaluation is done with the help of a microscope. So first of all, the thin sections of the drug is prepared and then staining agents like fluoroglucinol and HCl is added. Then it is mounted and is placed under microscope and we can see the microscopic objects. And here we are mainly discussing about leaf constants. There are mainly 5 leaf constants. It includes stomatal number, stomatal index, palisade ratio, vein islet number and vein termination number. First one is stomatal number. So it is the average number of stomata that is present per square millimeter of the epidermis of the leaf. That is, it is the total number of stomata present in the epidermis of the leaf. Next one is stomatal index. So it is the percentage of number of stomatal cells to the number of epidermal cells. The equation is SI is equal to S divided by E plus S into 100, where SI is the stomatal index and S is the number of stomatal cells and E is the number of epidermal cells. Moving on to vein islet number. So it is the number of vein islets that is present per square millimeter of the leaf surface between the midrib and margin. That is, this vein islet should be between the mainly present between the midrib and margin of the leaf. This vein islet number is constant for a particular species and it will not be changed when the age of the plant increases. It will remain constant. Next one is vein termination number. It is the number of vein termination that is present per square millimeter of the leaf surface midway between midrib and margin. Then palisade ratio. It is the number of palisade cells that is present beneath each upper epidermal cells. It is upper epidermal cells, not lower. Palisade cells cannot be seen in the lower epidermal cells. It can be seen only in the upper epidermal cells. These are the leaf constants. It mainly include stomatal number, stomatal index, vein termination number and palisade ratio. So next one is trichomes. So what are trichomes? These are the elongated portions that they are also called as, mainly there are 3 types of trichomes: glandular trichomes, non-glandular trichomes and hydatodes. So first one is glandular trichomes. That means they have glands at the apex. That is, these glands mainly secrete secondary metabolites. Which are the secondary metabolites? Alkaloids, glycosides, tannins, volatiles. These are secondary metabolites. Mainly these glandular trichomes secrete secondary metabolites. Next one is non-glandular trichomes. From the name itself, it is clear that there is no glands at the apex. So they are mainly protective in nature. So they are also called as covering trichomes. Next, third one is hydatodes. These are the special type of trichomes and they are mainly seen in aquatic plants. And these are the organs of absorption or secretion of water. So they are mainly present in aquatic plants. So you can see the figure. First one is the non-glandular trichomes. There is no glands at the apex, whereas in the case of glandular, at the apex portion there is glands which secrete secondary metabolites. Next one is stomata. So stomata means these are the minute pores or openings which are present in the epidermis of the plants. and these minute pores are surrounded by kidney-shaped cells known as guard cells, and these guard cells are again surrounded by subsidiary cells. So, depending upon the arrangement of guard cells and subsidiary cells, stomata are of different types. First one is diacytic stomata or caryophyllaceous stomata. In this case, the guard cells are surrounded by two subsidiary cells which are arranged perpendicular to the stoma. That is, there are guard cells and the guard cells is surrounded by two subsidiary cells which are perpendicular. And in case of parasitic or rubiaceous stomata, guard cells are surrounded by again two subsidiary cells, but these are arranged parallelly. In case of diacytic, it is perpendicularly arranged, and in case of parasitic, it is arranged parallelly. And next one is anisocytic stomata or cruciferous stomata. Here, guard cells are surrounded by three subsidiary cells. Here, one is smaller than the other subsidiary cells. Mainly three subsidiary cells are there. Among this, one is smaller than the other two subsidiary cells. Next one is anomocytic stomata or ranunculaceous stomata. Here guard cells are surrounded by varying number of subsidiary cells. Here there may be more than 3 or 4 or 5 subsidiary cells may be present. So in diacytic and parasitic, only 2 subsidiary cells will be there. In diacytic, the subsidiary cells are arranged parallelly, and in case of parasitic, the two subsidiary cells which are arranged perpendicular parallelly, and in case of anisocytic, there will be 3 subsidiary cells. Among this, one is smaller than the other two, and in case of anomocytic, there will be more than 3 or like 4 or 5 number of subsidiary cells. So next one is calcium oxalate crystals. So these are the biominerals which are present in plants. So it is mainly occur as crystals of varying shape. Mainly the shapes may be monoclinic or tetragonal in shape. So next one is quantitative microscopy. This method is mainly followed when the chemical evaluation cannot be performed or if it fails. So first method include Lycopodium spore method, and this method was introduced or developed by Wallace, and here this method is mainly done by using the spore Lycopodium. So Lycopodium was mainly obtained from a club mouse which is named as Lycopodium clavatum, belonging to the family Lycopodiaceae. So Lycopodium is a spore which is obtained from the mouse Lycopodium clavatum, belonging to the family Lycopodiaceae. And this spores has many specialities, like these are yellow in color and are tetrahedral in shape. Yellow in color and are tetrahedral in shape. And the uniform average diameter is 25 microns. And 1 milligram Lycopodium contains an average of 94,000 spores. It is only 1 milligram. That 1 milligram itself contains 94,000 spores. And the main peculiarities are they have uniform moisture content, hence the weight remains the same. This is the reason why these spores are used to evaluate powder drugs. Mainly Lycopodium spore method is used in the case of powder drugs. So why we are using this method in case of powder drugs? Because the weight remains the same, or it has uniform moisture content. And these spores are also resistant to pressure. And this method is used for powder drugs which contains these 3 properties should be considered. That is, they should have well-defined particles which can be counted, and also it consists of single layer of tissues or cells, and also particles of uniform thickness. These are the main 3 peculiarities. And this method is mainly used for the powder drugs, evaluation of powder drugs, mainly ginger powder, clove powder, or umbelliferous fruits. Which are the umbelliferous fruits? Mainly fennel, cardamom, coriander, These are umbelliferous fruits. And also this method is used to count starch grains and pollen grains. This is the procedure in the case of ginger powder. First of all, determine the laws of drying. That is, we have to find out the moisture content, which should be done at 105 degrees Celsius. Then mix 100 mg of powder drug and 50 mg of Lycopodium spore. Then this powder is added to a suspending fluid, and the suspending fluid here used is glycerin, mucilage of tragacanth is to water in the ratio 2:1:2, and these two powders and the suspending fluid is taken and it is mixed, and then it is transferred to a stoppered container and then make up the volume. Then from that a small drop of suspension is taken and it is added to a slide and it is viewed under the microscope. Then we can see the Lycopodium spores and ginger powder. Then count the number of Lycopodium and count the number of ginger particles. Then from this we can find out the percentage purity of the drugs, and it is given by the equation percentage purity is equal to N into W into 94,000 divided by SMP into 100, where N is the number of characteristic structures like starch grains. Here we are finding out the number of starch grains, so N is the number of starch grains. W is the weight of Lycopodium taken. Here we are taking 50 mg, and S is the number of Lycopodium spores, and M is the weight in milligram of the sample, and P in case of ginger, P value is 2,86,000.